Here are my top 4 seeds as of right now, this instant second. My top seeds are Auburn, Duke, Iowa State, and Alabama. You probably have no issues with any of those whatsoever. I mean, I've seen some prognosticators out there with the bracket matrix that have Tennessee as the last number 1 seed, but I can't get there. Even though they lost, by the slimmest of margins, they lost by a bucket actually to Auburn on the road in a rock fight. They finished 53-51. There is an argument there, but I think Alabama's got the better resume. So right now, my number 1 seeds: Auburn, Duke, Iowa State, Bama. Any issue?
No, completely agree with all of those, man. Although, like, if I'm looking at the 4 teams, the only team I don't have a future on out of the 4 would be Alabama. And easily they can make a run to the Final Four or the national championship game when they're hitting their shots. I really like Nate Oates, but in that conference, man, I don't really it's not that I don't feel great about Bama. I like them in certain spots, but I just don't trust them as much as I do with Duke because of what they do on both ends, the way that they defend. You're looking at their price right now, only plus 430 to win it all. Auburn, same thing, plus 430. Broom just came back, and he's healthy. He was the SEC Player of the Week. That's huge. I would completely agree with all of these as far as number 1 seeds. Bama's the team that would concern me the most, though, down the stretch.
Let me give you a little bit more context. Right now on teamrankings.com, Auburn has a 96.5% of being chance of being a number 1 seed. That's as close to an L or G word as you possibly get. What's crazy about Auburn, they're 11-1 in quadrant ones. And I know people know this, and I wrote about this in the Gaming Juice too, and I'm just going to post later tonight or tomorrow. Do you know the record, or want to venture a guess, the record number of quadrant 1 victories acquired by a tournament team all time? Now, quadrant 1s, the net, have only been around for 7 years, so it's not a huge swath of information and data that's been collected over the years. But any idea what that number is? Most quadrant 1 victories in a given year. I'll have you guess, and War Daddy, you're next.
Oh, man. So they have 11 right now. Oh, God. I'll go 13.
Okay, 13. War Daddy, you want to venture a guess? Most quadrant 1 wins by a tournament team all time.
Oh, no, that's off. I know what it is. It's
okay. He's pointing me upper 17. That was my lacrosse number 2, and I'm gonna say it was the North Carolina team.
It is 17. Ding, 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 ding. It was not North Carolina. Kansas in 2023 had 17 in that rough and rugged Big 12 year. But again, Houston has 11. Right now, they have 8 more opportunities, and that doesn't count the SEC tournament. There is an outside shot that Auburn's going to have 20 overall quadrant 1 victories. And if they, maximize that effort or exceed 17, there is a very strong argument, and I would say it's a factual argument. They're going to have the greatest resume in the history of college basketball.
Yeah, that team is so damn good, man. And you always know what you're going to get from them. You're going to get effort on the defensive end. And like I said, Broom came back. He's going to give you a double-double. He's fully healthy right now. And they were good without him. They were scary without him. So much that we were joking he's a system player. So I'm going to like him down the stretch in all these games. And they're going to have the most impressive resume. So that's why I had to play that future. And I still like it at the current price, man.
Yeah, I do too. If you look at Duke, 77.7% chance of being a number 1 seed. Iowa State only a 22% chance at team rankings of being a 1 seed. Alabama, 49.2%. All right, let's go to the last 4 teams in. Here is the current order from safest to rickiest, if you will. It is UCF, North Carolina, sorry, War Daddy, New Mexico, and Pittsburgh. Let me give you the reason why on the Tar Heels. A lot of people may be shocked by that. Some of the other bracketologists out there have their on safer ground, but I do not. And the reason to me is this. Yes, they have a top 40 net, number 40 to be exact. Yes, they played the 14th hardest strength of schedule. Those are all beneficial in terms of their overall resume in the selection committee room. However, they are 1-7 against quadrant 1 competition, and the ACC is down. So they only have like a handful of quadrant 1 opportunities left. And a lot of those are coming up here in the next 4 games. Here's the next 4 for UNC. At Pitt, at Duke, Pitt again, and Pitt's another one of my last 4 teams in, and then at Clemson. War Daddy, You are our resident North Carolina Tar Heels fan and aficionado. So, Mario, you tell me, at Pitt, at Duke, Pitt at home, at Clemson, what is the record of the Tar Heels the next 4 games?
Oh my gosh! After this weekend, I have like literally no hope. Boston College almost beat us. I think we lose at Pitt. I think we get smoked at Duke, and I think we beat Pitt at home. So I'd go. Oh, and then you mentioned Clemson. Oh my God! Thanks, Brad. You just made me feel really sad.
I think they're going to win one of those that you don't expect them to win. I think they're going to keep it competitive against Duke. Duke's going to lose a conference game. Hell, it'll probably be tonight because I need North Carolina State not to score 60 points. But I know it wasn't impressive, and I know, weren't they like 22-point favorites this weekend, and they needed overtime against BC too?
Yeah, correct.
Why are they still laying such big numbers? I do think that they're going to sneak. I think they're going to win some games that they shouldn't down the stretch. So many that Hubert Davis is back next year.
I hope not, but he did just get a top 5 recruit, so that didn't help. That helped this case. But I don't know. I think they 1-4 in this, 1-3 in these next 4 games. It's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, I think 1-3 is entirely realistic. They have a 54% chance, according to team rankings, of making the NCAA tournament right now. Right now in the bubble market, whether they're in or they're out, it's minus 120 that they make the NCAA tournament. Minus 110 they don't. I've already told you I had it plus money, and I would double down on it at minus 110. They're not making it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably not. If they make it, it's probably due to name, but I don't think they're going to have enough quad 1, quad 2 wins, man, and it could get ugly here down the stretch. I do think that they'll play Duke at least competitive. I can't wait to see what the spread is for that game just because they always do, but what a letdown. They have so much talent on that team. It's just clearly something's missing, but if I had to make a bet, I would bet that they sneak in. Just that's what history tells me, but I don't love this team.
Well, again, the matchups are key.
Yeah.
Absolutely stacked in that Pittsburgh series, and they got to play them 2 times here in the next 4 games. The other team of interest here is New Mexico. Yes, they're a gaudy 9-1 in the Mountain West, but 107 in terms of overall strength of schedule, number 56 in the net, only 1-1 in quad 1s. However, they got 2 bad losses. They got a quad 3 loss and a quad 4 loss. Those are black eyes that they got to rectify in soon. They're at Utah State. A very meaningful game there coming next. Then home against Colorado State, at Air Force, Wyoming at home. 65.9% chance, according to team rankings, they make it to the big dance. What say you, Ryan Horvath, on Lobos? In or out?
I think that, like the percentage is about right. I would say in. I think that they go on a stretch here, man. I like them. I like Donovan Dent. He could give you 20 any night. I like Joseph. He's giving you about 14 per game. I would say in. I think that they sneak in there. I mean, you got to take care of business down the stretch here. 4 losses this season. I would say in.
All right, and he believes on New Mexico Lobos. The first 4 out right now at the bracket big board. Nebraska heading in the wrong direction, 2-6. That's it right now in the Big Ten. Indiana, which desperately needs to fire Mike Woodson. Again, he's unwilling to shake opponent hands in games that he loses at home because he's trying to escape the crowd and the rain of boos that continuously cascade down there at Assembly Hall. Cincinnati, that team is just unraveled here over the last handful of games. Westmoreland's got to get his guys in order. And the Iowa Hawkeyes, and let me give an instant update. Yeah. They're down 13 on the road at Ohio State. So out of Nebraska, Indiana, Cincinnati, Iowa, any of them, do you believe, are going to bounce off the bubble and into the field?
Now, before the weekend, I would have said Nebraska. The problem with them, man, is defensively, I usually like these Hoiberg teams, but they're giving up way too many open looks, which is by design. But teams have been hitting these looks against them, and these scoring droughts. I think they scored, 55 points against Wisconsin. But I am still a Hoiberg guy on the collegiate level. I never want him coaching my NBA team again, but I would go with Nebraska still. I think they could get hot.